I want to give you a special framework for creating sticky communication. This isn't just another story structure. Instead, you can use this framework as an inspiration to kick off a script, or you can also use it as a scorecard to hold your content or script up against to determine how effective and sticky it's going to be. In their book, Made to Stick, Chip and Dan Heath outline 6 key characteristics of a sticky message. Those characteristics are simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional, and story. They form a nice little acronym S.U.C.C.E.S, but just with one S at the end. The first characteristic is simple. Ideas need to be distilled down to their core essence. When I work with our clients, I often ask them to try and distill the message of their video in 2 sentences or less. I say, can you tell me the message of this video in 2 sentences or less? But don't be confused. There's a big difference between having something be short and having something be simple. Think of a simple message more like a proverb. It's short, but it's also impactful. It can't waste time using buzzwords because every single word is critical in painting a clear picture. And unless your message is clear and concise and easy to understand, it won't be remembered. So once you have a simple message, the next thing to do is make that communication unexpected. Unexpected is about capturing and holding the audience's attention, and it's essential for making ideas stick. Unexpectedness involves surprising the audience and disrupting their expectations. Whether it's through a surprising fact or a provoking question or something visually unexpected, the idea is that it pricks the curiosity of the audience and drives deeper engagement. Your viewer's brain always wants to be a step ahead, assuming it's knowing what's coming up. But if you can break that expectation, they'll want to know more. The third element in success in sticky frameworks is making something concrete. Concrete details help make ideas tangible. You want to use vivid examples to help create a clear picture in the audience's mind. You can do this by using metaphors or creating comparisons to products or services or ideas that somebody is already going to be familiar with. A lot of blockbuster movies can be outlined with high-level thinking like this. Like if you were pitching the movie Alien, you could say it's Jaws, but it's on a spaceship. And immediately this creates a lot of imagery and color in the listener's mind. The fourth element of a sticky message is having it be credible. Ideas become stickier when they're backed up by evidence and by authority. This is what makes them more trustworthy. You could add credibility by showing stats or facts or research findings. And another classic way is obviously getting endorsements from individuals who already bring their own level of credibility and trust, like a celebrity spokesperson. A third way is what we like to call the Sinatra test. Frank Sinatra saying, if I can make it there, I can make it anywhere. So to pass the Sinatra test, you need to show your most extreme case of success or demonstration of ability. The goal being the problem that you've tackled is larger than the average problem of your audience, and therefore they say, man, if they can make that happen, they could probably make my thing happen too. And second to last is emotion. Emotions are powerful drivers of action and memory and are often grossly undervalued, especially in B2B marketing. Emotions can help create a deep connection between the idea and the viewer. One of the keys to creating emotion is to make your message personal. In 2004, Save the Children did a study around donations. To one group, they shared stats about starvation in Malawi and Zambia and talked about 3 million children who were starving and often without food. And to a different group, they shared the story of Rokia. Rokia was a 7-year-old girl who lived in that same region. She lived in a home that had a dirt floor, and your donation could help make sure that she had dinner tonight. And without it, she might not. On paper, affecting 3 million people who are starving seems to hold a much larger impact than talking about one single 7-year-old girl. But 3 million is way too large of a number for us to understand and process, and therefore it holds a lot less emotion than somebody who has a name and a story. And the study ended up proving that as well. The group that heard Rokia's story ended up donating 50% more on average than the group that heard about the 3 million people that were starving. And the last element of all sticky messages is story. Stories are core to human nature, and it's because we understand characters and places and problems and overcoming problems. We're able to share stories way easier than we are data, unless, of course, that data is tied to a story, like the one I shared about the Save the Children study. Back in elementary school, you had to memorize your times tables when it came to math, but when you got home, it was really easy to retell what happened on the playground because it was within a story. So how can you tell if you have a good story? This success framework is a great place to start. Is your story simple in its message? Does it have an unexpected twist or curiosity pricked that keeps the viewer? Is it concrete and doesn't speak in abstractions? Is it credible and develops a level of trust? Is there a connection of emotion and has it been made personal to you? And does the whole thing flow together in a story that allows it to be easily repeated? So you can use this success without the last S framework next time you're putting together content that you want to stick with your audience and drive real action.